Congress spent the week out of session, in other words, off, not in D.C., and back home. Democrats and Republicans are getting the same reception. The media says that videos like this prove Republicans share Democrats' anger at Trump and Elon, but not so fast. We don't know who the people yelling at Republicans are. For all we know, they could be paid actors. Chuck Schumer certainly says they are being organized by Democrats.
We are mobilizing in New York. We have people going to the Republican districts and going after these Republicans who are voting for this and forcing them to either change their vote or face the consequences.
Forcing them to change their vote or face consequences. Sounds a little bit like a threat. Speaking of New York, all hell broke loose at an event for New York Republican Congressman Mike Lawler.
Lawler! Lawless! Lawler! Hey, Lawler! Get off it! Put people over profit! Hey, Lawler! Get off it! Put people over profit! Hey, Lawler! Stop people over profit! Hey, Lawler!
With us now, Congressman Mike Lawler, Republican from New York. We're glad you're okay. Good to see you. Do you believe that there are Republicans either upset with you, who voted for you, or who voted for Donald Trump, who are upset and angry, or are these rabble-rousers?
Look, I think anytime you are an elected office, you're always going to get questions from constituents about issues. And that is democracy. That is fine. Yes, I think there's Republicans who have questions about decisions that are being made. But by and large, I think Republicans are in support of the effort to downsize the size and scope of the federal government, which has been completely out of control. I mean, we have a $7 trillion budget, $36 trillion in debt. I think anybody who is looking at this logically recognizes we need to rein in the size and scope. What you are seeing in many of these, town hall meetings, or in the case of the event yesterday in my district, that was a private event hosted by the Rockland Business Association, nonprofit organizations and small businesses coming together for a luncheon to hear me speak about what we're working on in Washington, D.C. And a lot of these, protests are completely orchestrated by progressive, socialist, Democrat, left-wing groups. As Chuck Schumer said in an interview on PBS just yesterday, saying how they're organizing protests in New York against the 6 New York Republican members.
We played the clip.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I hear that. And coming into something and interrupting like that, it seems sort of conduct unbecoming, and probably makes you look better and them look worse. That said, it seems as though there is starting to become fractures, at least a little bit, in this lockstep support of Donald Trump. Joe Rogan, for example, who endorsed President Trump, big part of his victory, had this to say about Canada becoming the 51st state.
I can't believe that there's like anti-American and anti-Canadian sentiment going on. It's the dumbest feud. I just want America and Canada to get along. I think it's ridiculous. And I don't really think they should be our 51st state.
All right, so Congressman, would it be simpler for you, for fellow Republicans, especially those in places that are swing districts, that are places that Donald Trump won over because of narrow margins, to sort of get away from the crazy, from Elon Musk being out there all the time with his chainsaw, and focus on what you talked about, $37 trillion in debt, $7 trillion deficit, and be more methodical, boring, dare I say?
Well, look, first of all, I agree with Joe Rogan. Canada will not be the 51st state. But second of all, look, if you look at what President Trump has been focused on, number one, the border, right? Border crossings are down from 189,000 in February of 2024 to just over 8,000 in February of 2025. Inflation is coming down. Egg prices coming down. Obviously, the president is focused, as is Congress, on getting a reconciliation bill passed that actually passes a tax bill, which is critical. If we don't pass the tax bill by the end of the year, we will have the largest tax increase in American history. The standard deduction was doubled under the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. That would go away. That would be catastrophic for Americans. So we are focused on the task at hand. Obviously, what Elon Musk has been focused on is finding inefficiencies, finding waste, fraud, and abuse, making those recommendations to the various departments and secretaries to come back to ultimately Congress.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.